Let's face it, life isn't easy. If you're stuck in a bad relationship, betrayed or afraid of tomorrow, financially insecure, or desperate for a breakthrough, you've come to the right place. Dr. Carmen Harra is a renowned psychologist, intuitive, relationship expert, and best-selling author, and she's here to give you the miracle guidance you need. Her new call-in show, Miracle Guidance for Everyday Life, offers profound wisdom, practical advice, daily exercises, and empowering predictions, all for you. Dr. Harra's show aims to eliminate everyday problems, big and small, with topics like healing your relationships, reclaiming your power, achieving better health, dealing with loss, and so much more. Regain the joy, stability, and fulfillment you deserve to feel. Tune in to Miracle Guidance for Everyday Life with host Dr. Carmen Harra, live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, and find the answers you've been looking for.
Good evening, my dear friends, and welcome to another episode of Miracle Guidance. I'm so excited. I'm Carmen Harra, live every Tuesday evening, 7 p.m. Eastern Time on OMTimes Radio. And tonight I choose a topic that is close to home for all of us. We need to heal what hurts. And I'm going to give you some tips how to mend old pains and how to make way for hope. Because we all have some pain to mend, going back to the trauma from childhood, heartbreaking experiences like breakups, sudden losses. A painful experience changes who we are and how we see the world around. The truth is that healing isn't something we do once and never do it again. We should be working on healing every single day. By taking small steps, mindful steps, we can end those negative patterns that hold us back, and we can rebuild the power from within. Then, of course, we manifest our resilience and our ability to overcome anything. And also, of course, this is a calling show. I'm going to take your calls. But as I said, we are all hurting in some ways. And globally right now, we all are going through a collective pain. And what can we do about it? It's very easy sometimes, to bury pain. We put it in some hidden compartments in the brain and try to forget about the pain. We try to forget that our mother died. We try to forget that we went through a divorce. We try to forget all the problems that we have, that we probably lose the home and so on and so forth. There's so many things that can affect us. And we're just trying to forget. And it's easy, as I said, to take that experience and put it in one of the many compartments that the subconscious mind has. Because the mind has infinite storage, so that the memories never really go away. They falsely believe that if enough time has passed, the healing will take place. But that's not actually true. This actually, to tell you in other words, is further from the truth. And I'm going to give you an example. Let's think about leaving a plate of food in the room. Because you're just lazy, you don't have time to take it to the kitchen. And you said, I'm going to put this plate in the closet. In a week, in a month, in a year, the entire room will start to smell. So you have no choice but to find that plate and to go and clean it out. But trauma, finding this sort of a comparison works the same way. Trauma that we try to put in a closet, we try to bury, still shows signs of its presence. And trauma will alter your perspective, will alter your personality, and make you react differently to situations, to people. You will just lash out at others who didn't do anything wrong, or just become bitter and angry all the time, because trauma is not something you see, it's not something visible. So you can look at the person and see how he or she has been hurt or damaged. But like the rotten plate of food, we will sense that something is terribly wrong somewhere. I've been always inspired by an American author called Brian McGill. And he said something that I always like to repeat. If you can sit with your pain, listen to your pain, respect your pain, in time, you will move through the pain. This is what you must do to heal. So ironically, you have to get to know that very pain that you're actually trying to avoid and trying to bury and trying not to face. Life hits us with problems after problem, and it's up to us to do the work involving the healing after each episode of life that is difficult. So we pass through the journey in this way, by getting knocked down, getting back up, getting knocked down again. This is life, but every time something painful happens, it chips away our power. It chips away from our spirit. And if a lot of bad things happen to us at once, we can start to lose the hope and feel hopeless. This is why it's so important to heal continuously, not just once. Healing isn't something we do one time. It's something we work every day on healing, from the new situation to the old ordeal. By taking sometimes small, mindful daily steps, we can end the negative patterns and those patterns that hold us back and rebuild the power from within. Now remember that if you filled with pain, there is no room in your life for joy, because there's only room for pain. There is no space to welcome anything new. There's no space to welcome your blessing. So you have to clear away some of the old emotions in order to make room and make way for hope and for joy and for being inspired and for celebration. Now the word trauma is referred like a deeply distressing or disturbing experience. It can come in a form of an assault. It can come in a form of an accident, a breakup, a divorce, an injury, a death, a loss, a financial crash, a natural disaster, a lawsuit, a health crisis. Look what's going on right now in the world. Even being sometimes screamed at by your parents as a kid, or in school, being bullied in school, even that can traumatize you. Now the biggest problem is not the painful experience, but the imprints that remain after that. Because if those imprints are not healed, we will spend the rest of our lives either manifesting or rejecting those traumas. Because traumas can be buried in our subconscious and be dormant, almost undetectable, until one single event makes them resurface. And pain that is not resolved grows more intense in time. So they get attached. They get attached to your memory. Like we used to say, they get attached to your karma. And then we wonder, why do I keep having to suffer through the same experiences? Because the effects of trauma never went away. So this is the simple psychology that we all need to understand, most likely in the world today, when we all experience trauma. Remember what's happening to us right now. Don't forget that. So I want to give you actions you can take in order to clear away these imprints so that your mind is truly at peace. Now, inner peace is achieved through stability. But even through the most stable grounds, you still can be, going through a turmoil. When you feel a bad energy from the past resurfacing, all of a sudden, like, you feel anxious and afraid and start to have those bad thoughts, I want you to recenter yourself. Step back in control. Let the emotion and thoughts come and then let them go. But don't dwell on them. Don't dwell on them. It's helpful to use sometimes some calming and empowering affirmation that introduce new, more positive thoughts and emotion. I'm going to give you 10 affirmations to lift your spirit when you feel the effects of old trauma creeping in. it's very important when that happens to try to break through the negativity by using the power of the words. Because as you know, the words immediately shift the perception and they immediately rewire the brain in a different direction. And let me give you those 10 major affirmations. My pain is part of my past. It does not span into my future. My experiences have taught me necessary lessons. I have learned those lessons and I'm ready to move on. Through my hard times, I have expanded and I have evolved. I have the power to turn any problem into a victory. My path is clear. I know exactly what I must do. I am sustained by people who support me through anything. My suffering has been heard. I will be rewarded with joy. I will make it out of this storm stronger and better. Determination and ambition surge through me. An unexpected blessing awaits me. So pain causes trauma. That's very difficult to erase, but we always have the strength to heal, to progress. So that's why I want you to create your own affirmation when you feel the pain is overwhelming. Now I want to remind you that my new book is out, came out recently, is called Committed, Finding Love and Loyalty Through the 7 Archetypes. And talking about pain, nothing hurts like love. Commitment is a problem for many people, and love relationship cause us a lot of problem. But what exactly is commitment? Why is it so hard to achieve? Why are we struggling in love? Why we suffer so much? How can we end cycle of pain, disappointment? How can we foster fulfilling relationship? You can find the answers to all of these questions in my book. Committed, this book of mine that just came out will help you reevaluate the way you think about love. So the book becomes like a manual that unfolds in 2 parts, because in the first part the book teaches you to do your work. What is your work? And in the second part of in this book, you will learn about the human archetypes that you actually will understand when it comes to love. There are 7 distinctive archetypes that you encounter in the outside world. And my book is helping you re-examine your core beliefs about commitment. It's helping you clear your karmic patterns. It liberates you from people, places that don't serve you. It develops an unshakable sense of self-worth. And it's also teaching you about online dating. So there are so many things in this book that can be very, very helpful. It helps you identify your partner's archetype and so on and so forth. So it helps you determine your own love archetype. It helps you build emotional intimacy with your partner, something that you should always think about. It helps you navigate, through the world of dating and mediate external influences that come between you and your significant other. So, as I said, I try to come up with a book that is packed with information, with advice, and with resolutions that you need in order to create that fulfilling relationship. It's available everywhere. You find it at Barnes and Nobles, you find it in every bookstores, and you also find it at Amazon. So, and now we go in to take your calls, and also after I take some of your calls, I want to give you some actions to overcome trauma. Now, we've all been traumatized by this virus, and the fear associated with this is something that in the collective mind of the planet is still there. So that's why I want to give you some tips. How can we overcome this global trauma? But I know that I have somebody waiting for me, and I have people trying to reach out to me, and I'm super excited to talk to you guys. I'm going to go to Amy from California, then to Julia from Romania, Denise from New York, who's in Las Vegas, and then Leilani. So you guys hold on the line. I'm going to talk to everybody. But my first call is Amy from California. Hi, my lovely Amy. How are you, my dear?
I'm good, Carmen. I love your show. You are such a sweetheart. Thank you so much.
How can I help you, my love? You know, I just choose this topic because I feel that we all so traumatized by this experience. We cannot take it anymore.
You know, it's so true, and I've been feeling so overwhelmed. I don't feel like I'm doing my life purpose here. I need to
right.
find my gifts and my talent.
Right.
And really where I'm feeling my need to be of my service. Can you help me understand anything about this?
Well, I believe that we all are here, you know, to serve. You know, we all are here to help. We have to have a purpose. Otherwise, you know, life makes not enough sense. We cannot only be here to reproduce, you know. We cannot only go through life through all the drama, you know, that sometimes life is all about. So we feel so much better when we able, you know, to create something that represents us, that when we're on the mission. So if you think of you, do you identify your mission at this point?
You know, I know it's something to do with health and nutrition and energy work. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
But I just cannot seem to move forward with anything. I sit here like a blank piece of
Okay, well, I will tell you, in order to move forward, you need to have a structure. You need to take all your ideas and put them in place. And say, okay, if I'm supposed to create a mission, I have to have a plan. And I have to have outline this plan. And what is included in my plan? What exactly do I think I can express myself best? And just do some research. What does the world need right now? And right now, talking about nutrition and talking about emotional overload and how people handle everything that's happening in the world. There are not enough books to talk about this. I'm just actually surprised there are no books to talk about how can we heal from this disease mentally, emotionally. What is this virus all about? Because we don't have enough information, and we're so confused about what is this virus all about, because this virus is not only a respiratory infection. No, this is way more than this. This virus has such intelligence, which makes me believe it's definitely created by us, because it's a very, a mind that has that devilish, power, creating this. The virus gets into your system and attacks your heart, your liver, your spleen, your nervous system, creates severe form of depression. There are people who commit suicide, have blood clots. This is, look at the magnitude in which this virus can actually destroy the human life. Especially for people who have a problem already. Where there is a problem, you have a heart problem, the virus will go and make you have a heart attack. If you have blood pressure, the problem will make sure you have, the virus make sure you have a stroke. So I'm giving you all this information to tell you, why don't you think of something that people want right now? The most successful books in the world are books that emphasize the problem that exists right now. And if somebody has a problem, the world has a problem, but nobody gets what this is all. And if you do research, if you document, if you spend some hours a day and interview some doctors, some people in this field, you can gather information and put it and create a book. That would be the biggest mission of all mission. I'm telling you what comes in my mind. I can see that you're capable of doing something that is absolutely extraordinary, and you can tie it into so many other things and expand the concept and create a series of books. And a book is always a way in which you can create a TV show where you can have seminars, your voice will be heard, you create a name of identity, and you become an authority. So you said nutrition, yes. Do you know, by the way, that what can actually cure cure us from virus that nobody talks about. There's a special tea that has the properties to resolve the inflammatory process. Then propranolol that is taken for blood pressure can actually cure, in a most bizarre way, people from this virus. So things that nobody talks about. All we hear on television is how many people die, how bad it is, how children die, what are we going to do about it, and how many people get vaccinated. But nobody, all those doctors, they don't come to talk about the severity of this disease, the reality of this disease, and how can we heal from this disease by taking some natural stuff, because they don't want to talk about the natural stuff. There's a lack of information. It's crazy. The world is so affected globally, and there are no resources. Nobody is talking about. So when I talk about this, I'm getting angry because I don't understand how can we not address the issue properly. Do you agree with me?
I do. It's like going to a red light and you look both ways, or you come to a stop sign. You always look both ways, and that's how I look at this disease. Is we should look both ways.
Right.
And balance out the Eastern and Western ways of healing, or, choosing a better diet instead of a
right, exactly. Actually, many diseases can be cured through diet. So when you said nutrition, you said a magic word. I got a degree from Cornell University in nutrition. It took me a very long time, but I learned extraordinary things, Sorry?
Did you say Carnegie?
Cornell University.
Oh, Cornell, okay.
Cornell. So it's one of the most reputable school of medicine, in my opinion. But I learned extraordinary things, and I actually never imagined that this amazing university has professors that are so wise that I learned recipes from Professor Lewinsky at Cornell, how to cook, how to keep your body away from arteriosclerosis. Amazing stuff that you don't learn them anywhere. And I never thought that learning about nutrition will actually help me learn so much about the human body and how to prevent diseases. So, and I'm saying that not to talk about me, just to give you an example how much information exists out there that is not offered to the world, So if you really want to do something that will become your mission, do your research in this field, because this is an amazing field. Nutrition is absolutely the cure for everything.
And Carmen, I just want to say that I went through 27 or so years of eating disorders, and 14 years ago I overcame it, and it was all through eating right, learning to eat right.
You see? Incredible. You know what? When I think of you, the first thing that comes in my mind, Amy, is go ahead, write a book. Write a book with your story and say, this is me, this is my story, that will inspire people who went through similar realities, And from there on, you become an authority in teaching. Make it a self-help book, in teaching them about what they need to do, how this can be done, you know what I mean? And giving them information. People are desperate for information. And this will become, you'll have such pleasure doing it. You'll have, and if you need to publish your book, whatever you need, I'm helping you, So, yeah, absolutely, definitely. I mean, I think that you can do an amazing work, but get to work right away. Don't turn around in circles by not being sure what you have to do. Have a strategy, a structure, a plan. Meditate on the idea, but I think that what I'm giving you right now can be instrumental in creating a plan. I don't know if you agree with me.
Oh, yeah, I can just make you my little message on my cell phone and listen to it every day.
Right. And put together, think of what the world needs right now. Think how can we heal? There are 13 major diseases. There's 100 autoimmune disorders that nobody talks about. 100. What does it mean? Our body attacks itself. Why are we so self-destructive? You know, in creating from diabetes type 1 to Hashimoto, to psoriasis, to eczema, to asthma, all of these diseases that are autoimmune, you know. So why are we doing this to ourselves? What's trigger? What's causing? So these are things that the world will read about. And overnight, you know, you're on your mission to deliver an extraordinary message to help the world. Because if the world needs something right now, the world needs healing, no doubt about it. Healing is what we need.
Thank you so much.
Oh, I love you, my Amy. Call me anytime and email me and write me if there's anything else I can do for you, my Amy, okay?
Oh, thank you. What a wonderful show. I love this. Thank you.
I love you. Okay, my angel. I'm going to go and take a break. I'm late with my break, but I hope Christopher is not going to be upset with me. So we're going to take a short break, and then we go to Julia. So, Julia, hold on the line.
The best of the holistic, spiritual, and conscious world. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
OMTimes magazine is one of the leading online content providers of positivity, wellness, and personal empowerment. A philanthropic organisation, their net proceeds are funneled to support worldwide charity initiatives via Humanity Healing International. Through their commitment to creating community and providing conscious content, they aspire to uplift humanity on a global scale. Connect at omtimes.com. OMTimes, creating a more conscious lifestyle.
My name is Victor Furman. Some call me The Voice. I've always been fascinated with human nature, spirituality, science, and the crossroads at which they meet. Join me Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern on OMTimes Radio, and we'll explore these topics and so much more on Destination Unlimited.
Coping-19, brought to you by CDC and the Ad Council.
If you're feeling increasingly lonely right now, you're not alone. It's totally normal. Even though we may not be able to get together in person, connecting virtually with friends and family still gives you a chance to interact with people and may help raise your spirits. Join a virtual book club, set up group text chats, or online video coffee breaks with coworkers.
Find more self-care and coping tips at coping-19.org.
And I'm back. And the show tonight is about heal what hurts. And boy, are we going through so much pain right now collectively. So hi, my lovely Julia. How are you, beautiful?
Hello, Carmen. It's so good to hear your voice again.
How are you, my dear? How's everything with you, and how can I help you with?
Yeah, I just have some, let's say, news, because it's been like a while since I haven't spoke with you. I think last time we were talking in June. I wanted to know that you were absolutely right, that things were turning in my favor, that I finally found a job after 1 year and a half.
Good, that's fabulous.
Yeah, and it's just great, you know, I didn't expect that it would work so well. I'm happy with that, and your prediction was really accurate and right, you know. When you don't believe
Good. And what's the next step? What's the next step in your life?
Well, the next step, I don't know. I have to figure out by myself, I guess.
Well, try to, if you get a good job, you'll be able to put some money on the side. What I suggest, try to invest in an apartment, or do you have your own place?
I do, but I would like
try
to
to see if you can
remote.
expand. I recommend expanding because of the crash of the economy from now on to 25, 29. So if you have any money on the side, don't keep them on a bank. Try to invest in a property, invest in something. Think what you can do with the finance, because I think you're going to be able to put some money on the side, and try to take very good care of you. Don't ignore yourself. Work with yourself. I feel like you need to put more energy into you.
Yeah, indeed. Sometimes I treat myself not so well, but I think it's something in my subconscious.
So yeah, treat yourself like a queen, please.
Yeah, yeah.
You have to.
And
Absolutely.
Carmen, I wanted to ask you, I sent you an email. Actually, we want to keep a team day online, and I would like to invite you because we need a speaker. So
where is the event, Julia? Where is the event?
So it should be like on Skype,
Ah, perfect. On Skype is excellent. I'll definitely be part of it.
Yeah.
Definitely. My greatest pleasure. Absolutely.
I sent you a mail about that. I will be waiting for
Yeah, I'll respond. I promise I respond, and you can count on me.
Mm-hmm,
Absolutely,
sure.
you can count on me.
And one last question, please. Maybe you perhaps remember or not. I will remind you. My sister that has got the breast surgery, her wounds are really bad. She has really black scabs on her skin. I had an idea to go and have a word with her surgeon, but I'm still oscillating. Shall I go? Shall I not go? My intuition is telling me that I shall go and have a word with him.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. I feel like your sister will recover from this. And even, the wounds that will recover, the body has such a potential for recovery. The body has such resilience. We can fully recover. So from anything. And a lot, talking about with my previous call, a lot has to do with what we eat. So tell your sister, be careful what she's eating. And stay away from things that are acidic and try to eat a very alkaline diet. If you have any questions about it, send me an email. I'll tell you what that is all about.
Okay. Thank you so much.
That's going to help us heal right away.
Read your book.
Please. Okay, my angel. Thank you so much. I love you, Julia. So I'll respond to your email.
I love you.
I love you more. Okay, my beautiful.
I love you.
I'm going to go to Denise by my angel. Denise from New York, who's actually in Las Vegas. Hi, Denise.
Hello, Carmen. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, my love.
Oh, how wonderful, because I put headphones on so you could be close to my brain.
No, I can.
It's wonderful to speak with you, and I'm wearing the beautiful black and gold. I'm wearing the beautiful black and gold Buddhist bracelet that you sent me. I wear it all the time.
I sent you.
So I send you every day because you gave it to me.
You're so... I love you.
So
tell me, how's Vegas? I know it's great. Vegas is great. My daughter's there right now. Yeah, I know it's great.
Well, I'm glad she likes it. Now, I'm going to try and be brief because I do have something specific I want to tell you and ask you.
Ask me, yeah.
In 1 minute, I think you know who I am. I'm the one that had the apartment in L.A., and then I lost it. And
Right, yeah.
Right. And, well, I'm presently in Las Vegas, and the last year and a half, I've had to really seriously take care of my mom in Vegas.
Right.
And I also lost my apartment a year and a half ago as well, in February 20, and I had it since 2018. Now, I had been taking care of my mom for years anyway, but knowing I had that home made me feel a lot better because I knew all I had to do if I wanted to just go home. Now, I don't have that anymore as a safety net or even as a place I love. Now, here's what's happened very quickly. In June, really fast, my mom, I sent her into the hospital June 5th. June 9th, her birthday, she had a procedure done that was, as it turns out, unnecessary. They put in a stent, and she suffered a stent-related stroke on her 95th birthday. So now, after
how did they do this at 95? What's wrong with those people?
Well, all other doctors said it should never have been done, and they did it.
No, absolutely not. You don't do that at 95. You don't even do it at 90.
No, and it was done improperly, and yes, I have contacted an attorney. Now, that's
very good.
Thank you very much. And now, there was so much, I know, and my mom was perfect. She was singing and running around to California. Now, cognitively, what a decline cognitively.
Of course, after the stroke, absolutely.
And in the last month, I mean, she's really noticeably gone downhill, and it's happening very fast. Now, here's the, I know I could talk to you forever about this, but I really want to get to it. I don't have a lot of time. Now, there was a lot of mishigas and confusion with various family members. Long story short, my mom was moved to California, and she's been put into assisted living in California. And it's a permanent move. I would have preferred she stayed here. I would have gotten her 24 hours.
Yes, I don't feel good about being in that place.
Well, it's assisted living. They take.
No, I'm not denying that. I'm not denying. I'm talking about the psychological factor.
I think that's why she had such a significant cognitive decline. If she were home, I don't think she would have declined as fast.
That's for sure. That's what I'm talking about.
I can't convince my older brother of this. He's a big know-it-all. He thinks somebody died and left him king. He's taken over the whole shebang. And even though I'm power of attorney, it doesn't matter. Anyway, all that being said, I was going to hook her up with 24-hour care and blah, blah, blah. This way I could free myself then to go and get on with my life, because I've really given up several years to my mom. And I'm getting very close to Medicare age now. Because last I turned around, I had just turned a very young and fabulous 60. And now it's like, what the hell happened? So like, please don't make me carry that card around with me. I don't want it. Anyway, here's the story. The place is very expensive. My mom has limited cash, so it's highly likely if my mom lives another year, which I don't know, this condo basically is going up for sale. And I'm here now emptying out my mother and father's, their entire apartment. Basically, I have to empty everything out, which is okay. I'll do it.
You'll do it.
That's going to take a while, but it's my way of actually saying goodbye while my mother is still alive. So it's actually better. But the whole thing is very unfortunate, and I agree with you 100%. Yes, she should have been in her own house. Everybody knows that, except for my brother, of course. He doesn't know anything because he's completely oblivious to every single thing. He thinks my mother's doing great. Now, about me. I've had two opportunities in the last several years when I left New York. I had an opportunity that involved a relationship with someone, but that turned out that it was best I said I walked away from that. My apartment in LA, while I loved it, perhaps I didn't know what was going on much, and so that one I left there as well. Not by choice. Now, the COVID thing hasn't bothered me much. In fact, given the circumstances, I've been very creative, very prolific, and if I were in my own house, it would have been even better. So COVID hasn't affected me because my lifestyle in Las Vegas, even before COVID, was exactly the same after COVID. This place is just not a place for me. And even when I go out and drive to do errands, I actually feel worse because I feel completely isolated and desolate in the desert. And sometimes I cry in my car because it frightens me. So I run back. And I don't know anyone here, and it's just, I haven't been able to make it anything, and I doubt I would be able to.
What is your question here? I'm trying to understand.
My question is, I feel that this is yet again, for the third time, divine intervention, that my mom is not here, and or if she were here, she would have been taken care of. Either way, it would have gone. That because it really is time for me to get on with it, finally, once and for all, and live my life to the full. Like, there's so much life that I need to live.
I agree. Totally agree. Agree with this. Yes.
Yeah. There's so much that I have to share and to give and to love that, this is my timing. So that I have no doubt about.
Yes.
Now, I just want to know if you have any feelings or even thoughts, because I really value what you think, because I trust you and I take to heart what you tell me. So do you have any idea? Now, my idea is
I'll create a new beginning if I were you. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, I'll create get out of Vegas altogether.
Yeah, I'll get out of. Yeah, I'll think about a new beginning. Starting fresh. Fresh.
Not even thinking about taking over this condo and just making it mine.
I don't think I will take over anything. I'll buy something new in a new environment so I can let go. So in order for you to project the best of you and let go of those memories and attachment and healing the trauma, it's exactly what I'm talking today on the show.
I've been traumatized.
The trauma, you of course you've been traumatized. Of course you've been traumatized because of all the suffering. And you had a lot of suffering, not to talk about the suffering with your mother. That's so painful. to witness, to be there, to try to do everything. And that's why I want, in order to cut on all of this, you need a fresh environment, something new that doesn't remind you of anything, that has nothing to do with anything. So if you want a new beginning for you, this is what I recommend.
Okay. And you have a good, I have a good feeling about it. You have a good feeling that everything will actually probably work better than I even
will work way better than you think. Okay. Absolutely. And feel free to call in a week or 2, 3 when you're more clear, because you'll have clarity very soon what you need to do. When you have that clarity, feel free to let me know, because I'm absolutely...
I will.
Yeah.
Yes, I will. Okay. All right, so that was my question, because, I didn't want to think that I was running away from a condo that might give me some kind of security. But
no, you hold on to your past. I will not hold on to anything that has to do with the memories that you don't want to keep,
Exactly, because I go out in Vegas, it reminds me of my father, my mother. I gotta get out of the desert. I got to get out.
Get out, get out of there. Yes.
I will. Okay, my love. I'll let you move on to the...
I love you.
So thank you so much, really.
Absolutely.
So
my greatest pleasure.
Again. Thank you.
Okay, my love. I love you. I'm going to take a short break, and I do have a lot of other people. I'll go back to you. Hi, Susan. I'll go back to Leilani, so you guys hold on the line.
The best of holistic, spiritual, and conscious world. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
Ascending Hearts is no ordinary dating site, but a spiritual dating site with a purpose, to link you with your soulmate. We engineer the serendipity so you can trust that you will attune with someone that has the same matching vibration as you. Ascending Hearts, the conscious dating site for the spiritually aware. Try Ascending Hearts for free. AscendingHearts.com.
Hello, I'm Sandy Sedgbeer, host of OMTimes Magazine's flagship radio show, What is Going On? My passion is sifting through information, research, and innovations from new thought teachers, speakers, and researchers pushing back the boundaries of what we know about life, energy, metaphysics, and the universe. I love shifting perceptions about who we are, why we're here, and how quickly impossible becomes normal when we open our minds, expand our awareness, and accept that the only limits that exist are those we place upon ourselves. So if you're the kind of forward-thinking, eager investigator of what lies beyond the current reality that most perceive, why not make a date to come play with me in the field of possibilities at 4 p.m. Pacific Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time every Thursday, and together we can discover what's really going on.
If I could be you...
And you could be me? For just 1 hour.
If you could find a way...
To get inside each other's mind.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
We've all felt left out. And for some, that feeling lasts more than a moment. We can change that. Learn how at belongingbeginswithus.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
And I'm back talking about how to heal what hurts. And boy, we have to do a lot of healing. I'm going to go to Susan. Hi, my lovely Susan. How are you, my dear?
Hi, how are you, Carmen?
I'm okay. You?
Well, I just started looking at the Ascending Hearts dating site. So, I struggle a little bit with when my husband passed away and trying to find a new partner. So I'm just kind of curious, how to heal from that and move forward and be able to be open enough to take on another relationship.
Yeah, that's such an amazing, how should I say, process, because it's so hard to let go. It's so hard to let go. Situations like this are so, talking about trauma, And you cannot heal trauma in a day or two. It takes a very long time. When did this happen to you?
17 years ago.
So, yeah, so for 17 years, you are trying to heal this. And it seems like, wow, you couldn't heal it in 17 years. Some people can never heal it in a lifetime, you know? So it's different from one individual. Some people pretend they were healed, but in fact they were not. You know, and there are no recipe actually for this. There's no such things like, oh, there's a magic of do this and everything is gonna just go away. But as I said, stay with that pain, embrace that pain to get it out of your system, and allow yourself to imagine. You know, we see reality reflects what the mind projects. In your brain, you need to constantly, whenever you have a moment, project something different. Imagine yourself being with a person and try to create a visual image. Create a visual board in which you, every single day, you write what you wish and what you want. That's why we have dreams, we have wishes. Since we are little girls, we dream of the wedding day. We imagine the dress we're going to wear at the age of 12, you know. So our mind creates a physical reality. This is what the law of attraction is all about. This is what the universal laws are all about. We are like magnets. We attract. You are not attracting anything. Your subconscious mind did allow you to attract in the conscious world anything, because your subconscious, the door to the pain was constantly open. The door was never closed. I don't know if you agree with me. So you allow the energy of that past to step into your present time and block you, not again in a conscious way. So I want you to consciously lock that door, close your eyes and see that you lock a door in your brain. And in that door, all of the things that you don't want to see, experience, are stored there, and you don't want them, you delete them, you erase them, and you create a new environment, a new circumstance, a new you. Change your clothes, change your hairstyle, you know, change your makeup. Do everything that you project a different you. Work on yourself, because this is where it starts. It starts on you, and then work on projecting what you want to bring in.
Okay.
And you will be amazed how in 3 weeks you will achieve more than you've been achieved in 15 years. So the moment that the brain shifts the perception of the reality you are living in, and, you know, immediately imagine a different reality, that reality seems to be translated in your daily life. And I feel like you'll just go out and just meet someone. It will be the first thing that will be so empowering and so different, and so will bring excitement. And will say, wow. And you know what? Yes. Immediately you will delete the past, the pain, the trauma, and you will create room for excitement, for joy, for a new beginning, for a new life for you. That's what I want to see for you.
Me too. And I want to get out of the passive-aggressive real estate world that I've been in, because it's negative energy. And so
I don't think so much the world of real estate is negative. I think who you're working is negative. You know what I mean? I don't think the world in itself is not that. Because to tell you the truth, real estate nowadays works pretty well, better than before. And will continue to work. People think we're in a bubble. No, we're not in a bubble. We're in an enormous inflation that is not actually going to go away so easily. So prices in real estate will continue to explode and go up in the years ahead. So that's why anytime I have a chance, I tell people, buy a property. Buy a property till you can. So I think if I were you, I won't necessarily give up on this 100%, but I will give up on the people I'm working with. Because I feel like the problem is the ones you are working, not the concept of a business, you know. So there's a world of a difference here.
Right. Yes. Thank you. That's exactly what I needed to hear.
And I see you working with a woman who, at the origin, I think this woman is either Greek or her family has something to do with. And she doesn't look necessarily Greek, only her nose. But her hair is short, she's lighter hair. She has a name that starts with P. The name might also be Greek. This is a woman you'll associate with, and you guys are going to do a phenomenal job together in the real estate. Don't give up on this. It'll bring you money. Why should you give up on generating income? More so, I even think you will buy something like a new property for yourself. That is going to be an investment, that's totally up to you, you know?
Yeah, that's what I want. I want to sell my place and do something different because I'm ready for that.
Yes, please do that. Please do that because you're going to get something in which you will make a lot of money in time. You won't believe how much money this new place will bring to you in 2-3 years.
And you say it's someone with a woman with a P?
P, Papadopoulos, some kind of a Greek name. My brain see the image of the woman. I hear her name. There's somebody who's in this business. She might be a little bit older than you, not a lot, but it's somebody who's in this business, and she will take you in as a partner, as an associate, you know. So let go where you work right now because those people are so dark, you know. There are people who their vibration energy is not positive. So I think you know what I mean. Yeah.
I do. And thank you for reinforcing that because I just needed to have some reinforcement about it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'll my love.
Those changes. Thanks, Carmen.
I love you, my Susan.
Love you too. Take care.
I love you, and my producer is writing to me that go ascending heart dating. Yay. Thank you, Susan, for calling the show. I love you. I'm going to go to my favorite person, Lelani. Hi, my beautiful Lelani.
Hola, Carmen. ¿Qué tal?
¿Cómo está, mi amor?
Más o menos soy, pero bien, gracias.
Está muy bien.
I'm good. You know me.
Good.
I'm always good. I believe 1,000% what you said about this virus. I'd love to just talk to you one day about it because, yeah, there's a lot going on. And
there's a lot going on that is not revealed, you know.
Yeah.
And welcome to the world of politics, you know.
Correct,
when politics doesn't want to tell us what's really going on.
Big pharmaceutical money, because if you take ivermectin...
Well, they all in cahoots, honey. They all in cahoots.
Yeah, I know.
What are we going to do?
I'm in Petaluma, and I'm being called to go back to L.A.
Mm-hmm.
So I just kind of wanted to get your insight. I mean...
who's calling you to go back? What is the...
Just my heart.
Oh, it's your intuition? Yeah, I agree. I always felt like LA, that part is for you. That you know, you need that connection. I told you even last time, I feel that there is one particular connection there that's going to open the doors for you.
Yeah.
There is a woman, you know, that, and I'm going to have to think, give me a week or so and keep on texting me. I need to find, I used to have a lot of friends in LA. You need one connection, one link that will open doors, you know.
Stay for a little while until I can get, you know, my feet on the ground. And
exactly, yeah.
There's not much house sitting coming up for September, October.
Right.
So, and honestly, I'm kind of over it, like taking care of people's pets and houses. I just want my own space.
Right.
And
you need your independence, and you're going to get your independence. And independent means your own income. Independence, the concept in itself, comes with having your own money, you know.
Yeah.
Very important. Very important.
I need to get my license plate for this car, and I think I'm going to have to do that in Arizona with my grandfather's address. What do you think about that?
I think very good about that.
Yeah, I mean, he said I could use his address and get my license there.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I might have to drive there next week and then just kind of keep following the intuition. But I love your book. I've been sharing it with a friend I'm staying with, and she said, "Really?" And I said, "Yes." So I think she's going to get it, and she's been dating a wounded warrior, and I think she's an independent. And I said, so I love how clear and concise, and it's very easy to read. Of course, I took notes and made underlines, and I love the information on karma. I feel like a lot of my relationships were karma, and I appreciate you, Carmen. You're such a beautiful soul. I wish you were my family.
Well, you are adopted.
Well, thank you.
You are adopted. I love you, my Leilani. I'm at the end of the show.
Okay,
I'm very grateful that you call, and everybody calling tonight, and anytime you guys call, I can't express enough gratitude for having you on the show and giving me the opportunity to give you my advice, my insight into your life. Is such an honor. And I'll be with you next week on OMTime Radio, same time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And don't forget about my book, Committed, Finding Love and Loyalty Through the 7 Archetypes. You can go Amazon, every bookstores, and you're going to find this book. I'm Carmen Harra. May God bless you, and all the best wishes here from Miami, Florida, and all my love and gratitude.